everyone. Welcome to College for the Culture, a place for us to learn and thrive. It's Rachel here, and I'm back again with another episode. I hope you all are doing well. Today, we're going to talk about dorm life. So, for anyone that's trying to go to college right now, you should listen up. If dorms are something that you've been wanting to do, you're like, I'm tired of my parents, I'm tired of staying at home, I want to just be on campus and explore, then that's where dorms come in. And you can't just walk in the dorms unprepared. You have to like plan, you have to prepare. And also, moving away is very liberating, but you also have to, it also can be a little scary because it's a new experience, new people, new environment. So we're going to talk about what items to bring, and how to make dorm life a worthwhile experience. And with me to talk about this is Aiyana, who attends UAlbany and is a brand ambassador for OCM College Life. So hey Aiyana, how are you doing today?
Hello, I am great. Glad to be here.
Yeah, Alan's my girl. Okay, she is gonna spill the tea. I already know. So this is gonna be a great conversation. So first, I want to start off with what is the process of moving into the dorms like?
Um, okay, so if anyone's anything like me, the process is very, very long. But
Yeah.
I say to make sure, like before you even think about moving in, to make sure you have appointments to move in and know when you're supposed to be there.
Hmm.
Because a lot of these campuses don't allow access to the buildings unless you're supposed to be there, especially after the pandemic, and they have like limited capacity. So it's a whole process. So just make sure you know what your school's protocol is. And yeah, so after that, after you know when you're supposed to be there, I say to prep, like just make sure you know what you're supposed to do, like just
Yeah.
even before you foot on campus, there's a lot of preparing to do. So I say to make checklists of everything to bring, like all the important stuff, like especially big items, that stuff that you know you need. Little items like cleaning supplies and like toiletries, that can all be bought once you're on campus, so just
Yeah.
make a list of the essentials. So I say also to pack strategically. So put similar items together so you're not unpacking when you get to campus, and like
Yeah.
you have your like face wash with your room decor, like your bedding with the it can be very chaotic. So just make it as easy as possible when you're packing so it's easier in the future. Um I say also load the car, or like make sure you have everything together the night before so in the morning you can just
You
take
get out.
off.
Yeah.
So you're not stressing the morning before, because once you
Yeah.
get on campus you're going to be stressed already.
Yeah.
So I also say to get there early, because I can't even explain the line of people that were waiting for the elevator
Oh my
in the
gosh.
high rise building.
Yes.
It was
Yes, you're
so
right.
bad. So get there early because they only allow like one family per elevator, and then
Mm-hmm.
if you live in a high rise, there's like 21 floors or something like that.
Yeah.
So it just takes so long. I think once you get to your dorm to work in sections, so I say like put away clothes first, or like
Mm-hmm.
put the bedding up, go to the bathroom, do all your bathroom stuff, and then like put the decorations up. Like don't start putting clothes away. Then like, oh, I want to put this up, and then oh, let me put that stuff in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's gonna take forever, forever. I'm speaking from experience. Um, so once your dorm is set, I say to make sure you have everything for your dorm. Like make sure you go to the office and get your keys for your room and your mailbox. Mm, and my final words of advice is just like, if you have a lot of stuff, make sure you like get there a few days before classes start,
Yeah.
because it might take multiple days to actually finish moving in. I'm promising I'm speaking from experience. It took me like 2 days to move in each time because I just have so much stuff. It's just ridiculous how much stuff I have.
Yeah.
So make sure you have time to relax a day or two before classes start. Yeah.
Yes. No, that is amazing advice. Basically, the theme of what she's saying is do not run on vibes. You need to be organized. Do not
Yes.
just come in there and think I'll figure it out when I get there. No, this is like something that, like, from the moment you get your stuff, that you got to start like thinking about. And you just reminded me of move-in day. It's actually a lot more chaotic than people make it out to be. Like, when you come in there, there's already so many different types of people, especially if you come like right before classes start. Oh,
Right.
you're
It's
finished.
don't even
Like
think about it, please.
like you're finished if you do that. So yeah, that's all good advice. Just make sure you make a list beforehand of what you know you need to bring. You do not have to bring your whole house. Please do not bring your whole house to the dorm. It's okay. You know, you do not have to bring everything. Do not feel like, yeah, you don't. Don't think, what if
Right.
I need this random knickknack from freshman year of high school? No, you don't. No, you don't.
You
Okay.
don't.
We got to get rid of the hoarder energy. I know that's your first time moving somewhere, so you think every little thing's important. It's not. It's
Hmm.
not. And if you
Hmm.
really think something's important, you forgot, you can go to Walmart, you can go to CVS, or order Amazon's kind of canceled, but order
Right.
online and buy it. So yes, plan, prepare, and do not bring your whole house. I promise you, it will save you so much stress if you don't bring your whole house. I'm going to say one more time: do not bring your whole house. Okay?
Right. And I have a little bit of like tip of
Yeah.
advice. Once you're when you're packing, if you're like, I may need this, if you say that, you do not need it.
Yeah.
If you have second thoughts about what you need, you do not need it. If you're
Yeah.
like not immediately like, oh, I have to have this, leave it at home.
Exactly.
It's gonna be worth it at the end.
Yes. So next question is like, what in your opinion are the most important things to bring to the dorm, like dorm essentials?
Hmm. Okay. I love my sleep, but
Same.
the mattresses are very uncomfortable, especially
That's
in like the dorms, like not even apartments, the dorms. There are twin XL mattresses, and they are the most uncomfortable things ever. So I say get a mattress topper or like a gel foam pad to put on top of it, because when you're in college, sleep is the most important thing. And I definitely say you want to have a comfortable night's rest. Um, so after that, I say bring storage bins, because
yeah.
the dorms do not have a lot of room. They do not have a lot of drawers. They do not have much of anything. It's just the little essentials, the stuff you need to put your clothes or school supplies in. But if you have like other stuff like cleaning supplies or like bathroom stuff that you need to hold in your room, you definitely need those little storage bins to sort of put stuff in so it's not all scattered around your room. Um, what was helpful for me was a dry erase calendar to like write down what I'd have to do
Yeah.
for the month. And so I can stay on top of myself, because there's a lot to do on campus. It's easy to spread yourself thin, so you need to stay on top of what you have to do.
Yeah.
Also, I want to say there's this website called Task for Today that I've been using,
Mm.
and it's like an online planner. So
Oh,
if you don't want
cool.
to get a whole like dry erase calendar, you can like put in your goal for the day, or not even for the day, just like in general, and you can set a due date and a due time and like put in categories. It's really great. It's really great.
Wow, that's really
Um so I also say bring your own personal trash can, because I know
cool. Mm-hmm.
dorms
Yeah.
have the communal trash can that everyone uses, but it's gonna be difficult to figure out who's gonna throw that out, because it gets full after 2 days, and it's just
Yeah.
a mess. It's not fun. So bring your
Yeah.
own personal trash can, so you're responsible for that one. Um, I say a power strip also, because these
Mm.
dorms do us dirty with our electrical supply,
Yeah, there's like two outlets. I'm like,
literally.
huh?
And it's like across from the desk. You can't even access it from where you're sitting. So it's
Yeah.
just very like whatever. It
Inconvenient.
just gets me so mad thinking about it. So definitely bring a power strip. Um, I say get a handheld vacuum, not like one of those big
Mm,
vacuums,
yeah.
just like the really small one, because if you're like me, you're eating in your dorm like every day. So if you like drop some
Same.
food on the ground and you don't see the little crumbs, you're gonna have bugs, and it's not gonna be fun.
Yeah, bugs are not it, y'all. Do
No,
not
not it
bring
at
bugs
all.
to your room.
So like once a week or like every other day, just take that vacuum and just clean up your floors, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Um, I had a plate, cup, and like utensil set,
Yeah.
and that was very useful because I didn't have to go and buy like the paper, plastic cups and plates and everything. But I mean, if you don't like doing dishes, that's go ahead and buy those disposable
Yep.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do what's convenient for you,
Yeah.
y'all.
Right, right, right. Yeah. But last but not least, sorry, I can't talk. Get some decor for your room. Because
Yeah.
you want your dorm to feel like home, and you don't want just look at plain walls every day.
Yeah,
Just
that's
get some.
depressing.
Right, it's very depressing. So just get some like little stuff to hang on the wall, maybe a few plants on the desk here and there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all definitely so important. Like, especially uh, yours. It's funny because a lot of stuff you said I did not bring, so I don't know. But I don't know what I was doing. But like the mattress topper, yes, it's that blue uncomfortable ass mattress that like
Right.
nobody has in their own house. That was very uncomfortable. That is just cheap because so it's in every dorm. Yeah,
Right.
I did. People were telling me bring a mattress topper. I'm like, I'm sleeping at night. Am I? It's fine. And then like I left there and I was like, yeah, I should
Yeah.
have probably, but it's okay. But yeah, all those things are actually super, super important. It keeps your room clean, it keeps your room organized. And I know people are like, decor is unnecessary. Why would you do that? Listen, listen, this is your
Listen.
second home, okay? Like you don't have to even go all out, you know, if you're somebody that's on a budget, you could literally like maybe print out a few pictures of your family and your friends and that could be your decor. Or you could like buy
Exactly.
a random poster or like maybe little knickknacks that you're collecting like a playbill from a Broadway show you went to or something like things that you memories you've had or cards and you could just hang them up, you know. It doesn't have to be anything. You don't have to be like the Pinterest girlies and like go
Right.
all out. It's your room. So just do what's comfortable for you. But no one thinks of that as an essential. And I think it
Hmm.
actually is because it made it more comfortable for me to sleep in it, knowing that like
Right.
seeing like pictures of my mom and my dad and like my
Exactly.
friends every night and stuff like that. So
Right.
yeah, that is an essential for sure. But yeah, definitely keep in mind all those things. I hope you guys are writing these things down because those are essentials right there. And I wanted to a follow up question to that is what stores and like websites you think is the best to buy these dorm essentials from? Oh wait, actually before I ask a question, I think an
Hmm.
essential is shower shoes. Get that, especially if
Yes.
you're in a communal bathroom. People are nasty. You wouldn't think they are not because like we're all like 18 and older, but people are gross. People do
Right.
some weird stuff in the bathroom and don't clean up after themselves. So to prevent yourself from having a foot disease, get shower shoes, wear Crocs or like water sandals or something.
Hmm.
Trust me, it may look be weird because you don't do that in your own house, but I'm telling you, it'll become second nature and you're just gonna feel a lot comfortable. So do
Right.
that. I just want
And
to
even if it's oh,
no, go
even if
ahead.
it's not communal, I feel like even if you're sharing it with like just three other girls, wear
Yeah,
shower shoes. You don't know what's on someone else's feet. Like you
yeah,
said, you don't know what they're doing in the shower. You don't know what's on the floor. You don't want to catch anything. You don't want to catch foot
exactly,
fungus, athlete's foot. You don't want any of that. So just avoid
exactly.
it by getting like a $2 pair of flip flops at like
Literally,
Five Below. Yeah,
literally, that's
definitely.
it. Or if you already have Crocs or something, just wear it in
Hmm.
the shower. I'm telling you, it's gonna save your life. Thank us later, okay?
Right.
But yeah, my question was, what stores and websites do you are the best to buy all these dorm essentials from?
Okay. In terms of stores, I feel like Home Goods is definitely up there for me. I've been taking multiple trips there before the school year even started. Um, at first I was like, oh, that's like an old person store because like my grandma, my mom loved that
Yeah, low
store.
key, it's giving old people live, laugh, love, white suburban mom vibe. Yeah.
that's what they advertise in the front. But like you go towards the back of the store and you're like, okay, it's like little stuff for the bathroom, little decorations. They have like canvases in the bag, plants. I went there with my mom. I was like so mad because she like dragged me there. I was like, "Ugh, I do not want to be here." And then I was like, wait a minute. Like I went off and explored on my own. I was like, this could be nice in my dorm. This could be nice in my room. So yeah, and it's like very cheap. It's like they have nice designer stuff, but it's discounted. It's like another
Nice.
Marshalls, but for like home. So I love that store. So that's a little fun fact.
Yeah.
Um, but in terms of websites, like you said, I'm an ambassador for OCM.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they have all of the dorm essentials. They have bedding, they have bathroom essentials, they have stuff for your apartments. They just have like wall decor, regular decor. They have basically everything. And if you're an incoming college student, I definitely recommend getting their bundles or their value packs because I got exactly that. I got the ultimate room collection value pack and it came with 50 pieces of
Oh
bedding,
wow.
towels, washcloths. It came with the trunk for storage. It came with the hamper, storage, like the little like boxes, a
Yeah.
storage protector, a first aid kit. It came with the first aid kit. I was like, what? And then
That's
it came
so
with the
cool.
toolkit. So I
Oh
was like,
wow.
it came with like I did not think to bring half of the stuff that was in the packs, but I got it, and all I had to do after that was get like a little like stuff here and there, like my cleaning supplies and whatnot. So it
Mm-hmm.
literally came with everything that I needed. Like it literally is the ultimate room collection. Like I could
Wow.
not have asked for anything. Like it was like heaven. I was just unpacking the box. I was like, oh my god, I did not know I needed this. So
Wow.
okay. But if you want to check out the website, my code is Yana20,
Mm-hmm.
YANA for 20% off. But if you're getting stuff for dorms, like for any website, actually, just make sure you buy it soon because they will experience delays because everyone is going to try to get all of their stuff for the dorm as soon as the school year gets closer. So if you
Yeah.
don't want delays, if you want all your stuff to be packed up before you get to school, definitely buy it soon, or you can have it sent to campus. And I
Mm.
recommend that if you're not sure like what you're doing yet, if you don't have the funds to buy it yet and you need to wait, just have it sent to your campus if you know your address. So yeah.
Yes. Yes. Y'all, she just hooked you up with a discount code. I know it's rough out here, so y'all better
It
take
is.
the opportunity. Um, and also I would also plug like simple stores like Target. Target saved my life multiple times.
Mhm.
With like home stuff, Bed Bath Beyond for like bedding and things like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Um, and Walmart if you have a Walmart near you. We live in New York, so we don't. But if you have a Walmart New Year, they have everything. And I guess if you have to go to Amazon, look, I'm not gonna look at you differently for going to Amazon. I actually went there yesterday, so I kind of contradicted myself.
Right.
But if you like just need something like last minute and you couldn't find it anywhere, you could also go to Amazon and things are cheaper there. So
Mhm.
do not feel like you have to go out and get expensive things. There are so many discounts, so many places that are willing to offer you the essentials for a low price. So don't feel like you have to don't think about, oh, it needs to be the most expensive bedding, the most expensive thing. It just needs to do the job. But of course,
Right.
we don't want you to just sleep on like a thin fabric like sheet. No. But like don't feel like you have to go above and beyond to make your dorm room like great and livable.
Mhm.
So yeah. I will. Next question is about roommates. I know when people talk to me about dorms, they're like worried about, oh, what if this person is evil? What if they're what if they're just like gross, blah blah blah. And yeah, especially if you had a room your whole life to yourself, it may be kind of
Mm.
shocking to share a room with somebody else. So, how is it like living with roommates, and how do you resolve any conflict that may arise?
Okay, so it's funny you said that because I actually had my own room for my whole life. So it
Oh
definitely
wow.
was a change to have someone just like across the room for you just sleeping. And so I was lucky enough to have a good roommate. She was nice, she was quiet my freshman year. So I was like, okay, this is not bad. But we did have a little like bump in the road over the school year, but we got over it. My first piece of advice is to definitely not have tension in the room. You like tension in the room is bad. You need to resolve that ASAP because that is
Exactly.
your safe space. That is your
Yeah.
living areas. You do not need any bad vibes in there. So
Yep.
if you have a disagreement with your roommates, just resolve it. You can talk it over. Communication is key. That's my first
Yep.
piece of advice. Um, so in the beginning of the school year, if if your dorms are like mine, you're gonna have a roommate agreement.
Yeah.
Make
Same.
sure, okay, make sure to be very specific on what you want
Mm-hmm.
as like living in the dorm. Like if you don't want them to be loud after 10 p.m., write that. If you don't want people in your room, write that. If you want like a schedule for taking out the trash, write that. Because you
Yeah.
can
Don't
always
be
go back
shy.
and refer to it. Exactly. Don't seem like you're being like bossy or
Yeah,
like
you're not asking
taking
for too
control.
much because you
Right,
live
right.
there too and you want to be comfortable.
Exactly. So, yeah, because technically it's a contract. You all have to sign it and they agree to your terms. So if they break that contract later on, you can just refer back to it, like, hey, I thought we agreed about this earlier. So that's
Yeah.
definitely a way to like not resolve conflict, but to just avoid it altogether. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have like too much roommate stories, but that's just my little piece of advice. Like I said, I was lucky to have a pretty good person my first year, and then I roomed with a friend the next year, so I can't really talk too much about that.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good.
Yeah. No, that's great. You had a good roommate experience. I feel like for
Yeah.
me, I had either good or like regular. I feel like there's three levels with roommates. It's either they're really
Mhm,
great and you become really good friends. They're like acquaintances. So you just say,
mhm.
hey, hi, bye. And then you go your separate ways. And they're like, and then there's really bad. Like they just
Right.
are not good. So it could literally go one of those three ways. If it's really good, great. I know some people feel this type of way like being with your best friend because sometimes you don't want to like hurt their feelings if things go wrong. But like she
Right.
said, communication is key. Like, do not let tension linger for longer than necessary because there's gonna be a day where you're like upset and then you just put it all on the person and they're gonna be like, what? No, you don't want that. So just the day of, be like, hey, this bothered me and get over it. Like literally all the issues are probably things that could get squashed in a day. So don't feel
Yeah.
like you're bothering them. And if I feel like it's a good thing with the roommate agreement, is a really good idea. My dorm also, when I was a freshman, like made every room do that. But if your school doesn't do that, you could literally just have a conversation with your roommate, get your notes app or like a piece of paper and write down, okay, what are things that you like? What are things that I like? What are your boundaries? What are mine? Have like a
Right.
30-minute, 45-minute conversation and just agree between the two of y'all that you're going to respect the rules between each other. And yeah, it's really good. I know it sounds like awkward because it's like, but what we're just college people. Like, what are we doing with a
Right.
contract? But I'm telling you, it will save your life later on because you already had that tough conversation of what you prefer. Because some people have rituals at night, some people have some different things that they like to do in their own living space. So yeah, have those roommate agreements whether your school
Exactly.
requires it or not. And I also feel like if your roommate is terrible, really bad, like you keep telling them to stop doing something, they don't do it, then that is when you talk to the RA. Do not feel like you have to live with this person
Mm,
forever. I'm telling you, if this person is bad for your mental health and it's making your time at school really bad, ask to leave and move somewhere else and you will be accommodated with. Do not feel like, oh, I guess I have to just stick with this situation because I this is what I signed up with in the beginning and blah blah blah. No. Like you deserve to have a good experience. So if you guys keep beefing all the time and this person is not respecting your boundaries, you have every right to go to the RA and be like, listen, this girl, this guy, this person is messing with my vibe in the room and I need to switch, or I want to be by myself. Um and also, if your gender identity, if you prefer like to have like a room to yourself, you could also ask for those accommodations. Don't feel like you have to stick with um a person whose gender you're not comfortable living with. So yeah,
Right.
just communicate, communicate, communicate. Do not feel shy. Remember, this is your second home, so you want to be as comfortable as possible. And yes, I also wanted to ask about, how do you make friends in the dorm? I know student life is big on every campus and they want to make sure they bring so many activities out you so that you could like enjoy yourself and meet new people. But people are shy. I'd be a little shy sometimes, y'all too. So
Right.
how do you make friends in the dorm?
Okay, so I had a good experience my orientation because actually I feel like everyone should, because you are there to socialize in orientation. You may
Yeah.
think it's to like find out where your building is, find out where the lecture hall is. No. Orientation is to find friends. And that's my opinion. I'm sorry to my
Yep.
school,
You're
but that
right.
was my opinion. Because everyone is there to find friends. So even if you're shy like me and Rachel, people are going to come up to you because they're trying to make friends for the school year.
Right.
So it's going to be very easy. You can just, even if like you're not shy like us, just walk up to someone and you're going to be like best friends for orientation, if not throughout the school year or like the school year after that. So I say definitely socialize at orientation. And in terms of having fun on campus, I say to definitely attend the events. A lot of people give it the reputation that it's corny or like,
Yeah. Or it's
uh,
lame.
right, right.
Uh,
But it's like kind of fun if you really like go there with good intentions. If you're going there like, oh, they're making me do this, then it's not gonna be fun. But if
yeah.
you go there thinking you're gonna have fun, it's a good way to like meet other people and like bond with other people. I've met a lot of people just through like going through the events. So I definitely say attend the events. Uh, okay, I want to say fun doesn't always mean like going to a party downtown and like
Yeah.
getting drunk on a Tuesday.
Yep. Yep.
Because it's very easy to get like swept into party culture and like fall behind in school. So I definitely say like have your fun, definitely have your fun, but know your limits. Because you pay to go to school here, you pay to take classes. You don't want to throw all that money down the drain. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my
Okay.
little piece of advice.
Yeah, those are all like such great advice. Like, I know if you're a shy person or introverted, well, they're not the same, but you know what I mean. If you're just have a hard time making friends, we have been in a situation. I do not just come up to people like, "Hi, how are you?" My name. No, what is that?
Not
No,
at all.
I don't do that. So yeah, she is definitely right. Like, orientation is the time to make friends and get to know people. If that doesn't happen, don't beat yourself up. If you like
Right.
realize, hey, no one's been coming up to me, or I haven't found anybody that's interested in me, or maybe you see people having already their own friend groups, it's okay. There are people
Hmm.
out there that don't know anyone when they come to school, just like you. So um, don't feel like, oh, I need to make friends by the first week of school or the first month of school, or my whole college experience is going to be bad. No. So some people, it takes a little bit of time, and that's okay. It actually took me a little bit of time too. Like, it wasn't like, I know some people I met immediately, and other people it was definitely like a few months down the line, or even like a semester later, that I was like, whoa, you exist. Hi, how
Right.
are you? So don't pressure yourself. You want to make sure you're with people that are like good for your vibe, that are great people. Don't feel like just forcing yourself to be around people for the sake of having people in your space. So if it doesn't work out with orientation, don't beat yourself up. And I would also say, with the student life, with the events, like, I mean, low key, some of them could be a little bit corny, a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, some of them are a little bit corny, but I feel like if you find one that you think is a little bit interesting, don't let your people around you be like, girl, why would you do that? Or why would you do that, man? That's lame. No,
Right.
no, 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 no. Like, just go for it. You might meet some great people and just do some fun things. Or if not, like, you could get free food. That's right. That is the
Exactly.
top intention. Like, I really go there to get free food most of the
Free
time, and the
food.
fun will come later.
Right.
If
Or like a free shirt or a free
yeah, the
sweater,
giveaways that
just
they
free
do.
stuff. Right.
So just don't feel like it's weird. Just go, and it's free. You don't even all you have to do is write your name in the attendance sheet. That's it. So
Exactly.
don't be afraid to do that. I would also say to join clubs. Clubs are great ways to make
Mm.
friends because you all
Yes.
share similar interest. If you're like a black or person of color, there's always a club for you. I as a black person try to join BSUs or any club similar to that, just to have a safe space for me. But if you identify with any other marginalized group, there's definitely a club for you. Or if there's different interests, if you're into anime or cooking or whatever, there's a club for you there too. So definitely do not be shy. Sign up. If you don't like it,
Mhm.
then you don't have to dumb. It's not a commitment. You're not married to the club, but
Right.
just yeah, just give clubs a try. They'll definitely and they're less uptight than high school. I know high school is like every week we have a meeting and you have to attend
Right.
blah blah blah. No, with college it's pretty. Everyone's busy, so it's like every month there's a meeting, or they only are
Exactly.
active when they have an event. So it's pretty
Hmm.
low maintenance. You just go when you feel like it. So yeah, that's what I'll say
And
about
I
that.
say,
Oh yeah, go
oh,
ahead.
I say, if there's not a club, you can definitely make your own. Like if you have a
Yes.
certain, it's the same. I think it's the same for high school. But if you have like a certain amount of people that meet the requirements, you can definitely just make your own club. If you want to like talk about that with people like every month, just have your own little club. It'll be fun.
Yes, 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 yes. That's a really good point. And schools make it a point to make it as easy as possible. So as long as
Mhm.
you have like a few people that you think would be interested, you can make a club out of anything. As long as it's not like hate speech or something.
Right.
Don't do that. We don't want like a racist club. What's that? Um, but yeah. So I think my other question is about what if you're interested in like off campus housing? Like what should you do about that? Because I know you get a little older, you're like, I'm tired of the dorms, and you want to get an apartment, or you want to just have your own space with that you don't share anyone, just with a few roommates. So, what should students do if they're interested in that?
I'm currently on gonna be on an on-campus housing, but I have friends that are on off-campus housing. So I would say start looking early, like early, because
Yes,
once
yes,
once people aren't required to be on campus, like I think it's sophomore year, you're not required to be on campus to look at like halfway through sophomore year because everyone's gonna start like beginning of junior year. Everyone's gonna be
yeah,
moving into their apartments already, and you're not gonna have a selection at all, or it's gonna be a very bad selection. So definitely go like halfway through sophomore year and start looking with your friends if you want to buy a house or like get an apartment. That yeah, definitely do that. I also say to look for roommates before you look for a house because
yes,
you don't want to find a house or apartment that you love and then you're like, okay, so who's gonna live here with me? So like definitely like find the roommates to fill the house first and then go look with them. So you're not stuck in that awkward situation like, okay, we're like making a like the little story announcement like, oh, we have a room for
yeah,
free. So it's very awkward. Just avoid that at all costs. Find the amount of people that you need in the apartment or the house and then look for something that fits you. And my last piece of advice is to look for housing that's close to your campus because you do not want to be traveling back and forth
yeah,
from campus to your house because you're gonna be late
yeah,
and you're just not gonna want to get up and go. That's what
yeah.
it's gonna come down to. So find something that's easy to travel to and from. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about off campus. I don't know much about it. Maybe you do.
Yeah, no, that's all like great advice. It's all about planning ahead. It's all about finding people that you feel like you're comfortable living with. And if you don't right away, it's okay to be one of those people that goes on Facebook or on Instagram, be like, hey, do you anyone need a roommate? It's okay. You know, a lot of people do it. I see it like every 2 weeks. It's fine.
Right.
But do not just find a place and be like, okay, who's gonna live in it with me? No, that's not gonna work. You're gonna lose that apartment immediately. So planning is definitely important. I know for me, I'm in an apartment right now. I'm really happy about that. but it took a lot of planning. I think what I did with my roommates, we all go to school together. I'm really good friends with them, so we had a lot of conversations about what we would prefer. We made like a whole Google Doc with folder with like our budget, like what we prefer to pay for the rent, what we want in the apartment. If we wanted laundry, that was really important, so we put it there.
Wow.
How what is the distance that we prefer? I If it's more than 10 minutes walking to campus, I'm not going to live there. I
Right.
don't like walking for too long. So
Right.
I wanted to make sure it was close as possible, and a lot of other things because everyone has their own preferences and their own living space. So once you
Mhm.
find those roommates, make sure you have those conversations about what you want in your apartment, especially with money, and with distance and with other amenities that you need.
Right.
Definitely have those conversations, and it's going to take a while. You're going to be looking for a little bit. Don't feel like the first apartment is going to be perfect. No, it's okay if it takes a little long. Apartments go like that, especially in New York. Oh my gosh, they run out so quickly. So you got, I think, websites to go to really quickly: Street Easy, Zillow, apartments.com, but low key, a lot of stuff is like scams. But that from my experience, but Street Easy, and Zillow were great websites for us when we were looking for our apartment. And yeah, and also campuses have their own off campus housing as well,
Mhm.
which is a lot more convenient. All you have to do is say I want to sign up and then pay, and they usually come furnished and all these different things. So if you know your campus has that, I definitely would say, like Aiyana said, like ask for it early. Don't just be it's your junior year or senior year now and you're like, oh, I want this, because they will run out. People do not like to be in the dorms for too long. So you have to just like plan ahead. And
Mhm.
also do not feel pressure about not having an apartment throughout your college experience. I know that's kind of
Mhm.
something that people like to have eventually when they're a junior or they're a senior,
Mhm.
especially if you're like in a city area. Um, like we're both from New York, but like if it's not in your budget at all, if you cannot afford it, it is okay. Do not feel like you're behind or you're left out or anything. It's literally fine. It is like a privilege to get an apartment regardless. Even if you get the cheapest one, it is
Right.
a privilege to get an apartment. So don't feel like if you don't have the funds, it's not by force. It is not by force. Like you'll get one eventually because you're going to be a whole adult in your whole career and you need a place to live. You can't be with your mama's house forever. So you're going to get it eventually. But don't feel like if you cannot afford to get it during your 4 years of college, it is fine. You know,
Mhm.
don't feel like you're not really missing out on anything. I mean, it's cool, it's great. I would recommend it. But if you can't, it's okay. No pressure. Remember, it's a safe space, y'all. There's no judgment
Yeah.
here. These are all different
Right.
types of people. So it's all good. And something that we were talking about before we recorded was about making money on campus. College students are broke. I know I am a lot of the time. So we want to make money to support
Mhm.
ourselves so we don't starve and eat ramen noodles every day. So what how can students make money easily while on campus?
So I say student ambassadorships are very easy to get, and
Mm.
they're also very flexible with your school schedule because a lot of them like hire specifically campus students, like college students. So you can promote a brand to the campus. So a resource that I love is Campus Collaborative, and I'm also like an ambassador for that, but we don't have to talk about that.
Okay.
I'm just I'm just hooking
My
you
girl
guys
makes
up.
money, okay?
Stop.
She
No,
already
no,
said
no.
3 ambassadorships already, but go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
Um, so they connect students with brands through like brand manager programs, through social media and other stuff. It's owned by Newbridge Marketing Group, and they actually hooked me up with my past ambassadorship last year. So they have like 16 years of experience in the game. So it's all very professional and efficient. The communication is great. They're really nice people in general. So I love working with them. So Campus Collaborative is like their little student hub for all the ambassadorships. So students can sign up for Campus Collaborative by like stating your interest, where you go to school, what brands or programs you're interested in. And once you're in their database and they have opportunities coming up, like you'll be the first to know like about a brand partnership or like marketing experience, and you have the chance to sign up before other people hear about it, so you have a better chance. And it's a great way to like build your resume, because if you're like a business or marketing major, I know I'm a psychology major. This is sort of like a side hustle, if you if you will.
Yeah.
Like it has really nothing to do with my career goal, but I find it really interesting, and like just social media in general is really interesting for me. So if you want to build your resume or like get paid ambassadorships, like some of them are not paid, but most of what Campus Collaborative provides is paid ambassadorships. And you
Nice.
also get free stuff as well. Like we said earlier, we love free stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
Yep.
so yeah, if you're interested, you can always sign up for it's called Campus Collaborative. I'm not gonna spell it out, but
Yeah.
I'll enunciate it.
No, that's amazing. Now, yeah, I'm actually might sign up after this recording
For sure. I'll
because
send you the link.
that is like really, really cool. Like any program that gives you free stuff and especially on top of that pays you is something that you should tune into. But there's
Hmm.
so many actually many ways to make money as a student very easily. Don't feel like you have to like force yourself to add another job. I mean, and there's students that do and make it
Right.
work and that's amazing. But if you just want to make quick money, definitely uh you could write blogs for people, you could be a freelancer, you can be an online tutor for people. And also there's many campuses. I know my school, they pay you to tutor like other students at the school, like difficult subjects
Hmm.
like chemistry or something.
Oh,
So if you're into that, like yeah, I didn't sign up for that because
yeah, I was like,
chemistry was
chemistry.
chemistry was something else for me back then. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's that you could definitely do those things. Or yeah, there's just so many ways to make money. And also there's jobs on campus. You could work in
Right.
the library, you could work in the kitchen, you could work in administrative stuff like filing.
Hmm.
So just look around, look at the website, look what people are saying, but make sure you find something that is doable for you.
Hmm.
It this is minimum wage stuff. All that we're saying is minimum wage stuff.
Right.
So don't feel like you need to be cutting off your classes and taking away 5 days a week just to be working. No, like you came to
Mm-mm.
school to learn first, and the money stuff obviously comes second, unless like you need to make money to like provide. That's something else. But if you're just like, oh, I want a side hustle, don't make it your main hustle if school is your main hustle. Okay, so
Exactly.
just find yeah, all those things that we're saying are very easy manageable ways to do it on the side or even passive income while you're in class or something. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely tune into those. um but I think my last question for us right now is what to do when you're homesick. Like I know it's not something people want to be talking about, but like if you're away from home and you really liked your neighborhood or you liked being around your family all the time, especially with the pandemic, we've been stuck at home for like over a
Right.
year and a half. Like now moving away from home is a lot. And it's okay to be homesick. Like I was homesick. I wanted to leave for like the first month. I was like, get me out of here. So it's totally okay to feel like that. But if you are in that situation, or if, for students that think they'll may end up in a situation, how can they deal with homesickness?
Um, Personally, I didn't feel homesick
I'm
either.
dead.
So, so, but I have some recommendations that I followed so I wouldn't become homesick.
Nice.
So, I recommend do not go home for the first 2 or 3 weeks
Mm,
while you're on
I did the
campus.
same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, do not do that. Like, because you're gonna go home, you're like, my nice bed, home cooked meals. Do I really need to go back to campus? And then
Right.
you're gonna go back to campus and you're gonna be miserable. And you're gonna be wishing that you were home in the same bed, eating the same food with your own shower. It's not gonna be fun for you. So
Yeah.
definitely stay and enjoy what they have to offer, because the first month, yeah, like August. If you go back in August, they're gonna have a whole bunch of things to do so people don't get homesick. So if
Yeah.
you go back home, you're gonna miss all of that. They're trying to get you accustomed to the campus. So just stay for the first 2 or 3 weeks at least. So
Yeah.
you can get so you let yourself adjust. Because if you go home, you're just not gonna it's not gonna be
Yeah.
comfortable for you. So
Well, I do want to say this. When
mhm.
I first went to the dorms, and it's in the city and it's mostly New Yorkers, right? Like, I just saw so many people that would every weekend go home. I'll be like, then why are you in the dorm? Why are you paying money in the dorms if every weekend you're going home? Like, I
Right.
understand I go home on the weekend sometimes, but if you do not be those people that every weekend you have to go home, because after a while you're going to realize, hey, maybe I shouldn't have been in dorms in the first place. And it's okay if the dorms are
Right.
not for you, but like, dorms are money, they cost a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to just like waste that because you realize, yeah, you don't want to waste it, you know what I mean? So do not,
Right.
I just found it a little bit weird, like those people that just every weekend I want to go home, I'm gonna go home, going home, because like, then why don't you just stay home then? But it's
Right.
okay, no shade, but like, it's
Uh-huh.
just
Right.
if you know you want to be in the dorms long term, like she said, 2 to 3 weeks, just stick it out and just
Mm-hmm.
discipline yourself and see what they have. But yeah, sorry
Right.
to cut you off. Just wanted to say
No, it's
that.
okay. I just have one other thing. Like, if you call home, keep the phone calls short. You might not want to hear that, but like,
Mm. That hurts.
tell, but like, let your family know how everything's going. Ask them how they're doing, and then like, get off the
That's
phone
it. And
because
don't do
you're
three
gonna be
times a
like,
day either. Not morning, noon,
right,
and night. Call your parents. I do once a week. Every Sunday,
hmm
I call my fam and
right.
we chat, and that's it. And then they don't hear from me again until next week. But do not be 5 day times a week after every class. Hey, mom. No.
Sometimes I call my mom to like get like some advice, like, oh, I'm having trouble at the mailroom. What do I do? And I stay on the phone for like 5 minutes and that's it. Like I just need help with something here and there. But like if you're like having an hour long conversation, you're like, oh my God, I miss my mom, I miss my dad, I miss my sister, I miss my cat. It's not gonna be good for you. So just
Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
keep the phone calls short. Yeah, make sure you're like connecting with them and everything. You don't have to cut them off, but
Yeah.
like just be in the present, be in the present, be in the now.
Yeah, for sure. And if you
Mhm.
like feel like sad and like just down in the dumps, we're not saying don't call your parents at all. Like,
Oh right, right.
call your parents if you, or your family or your cousins or your dog. I don't know. Like, if you feel like sad in the moment, because college is tough and you're going to be in many
Mhm.
situations where you're just like, damn, I'm really stuck here, or I'm not feeling great. So definitely reach out to your parents if you feel like sad, or family or whoever you love, to contact them. Just don't make it like every morning, noon, and night, every 5 seconds you call them, because like, no, you have to,
Right.
like you said, live in the now, live in the present.
Mhm. Exactly.
And I think last thing I wanted to ask is that we did talk about a lot of different things. So I just wanted to ask, like, what should people take away from this convo?
Hmm. I think do what makes you feel comfortable because
Yeah.
college is a very new and like scary experience, and everyone can give you all the advice they want. Everyone's gonna be telling you what to do. Your parents are gonna be telling you what to do. Your friends, like upperclassmen, are gonna be telling you what to do. But just do what's comfortable for you to get adjusted. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Oh, I'm
that's
gonna leave it
it.
at that. That is
Yeah,
the best advice you could possibly give. But thank you so much, Ayana. You really
of
dropped some
course.
gems today. I really appreciate you for being here.
Thank
Where
you for
can,
having me.
of course, where can the people find you and support your work and what you do?
Um, hmm. My Instagram is a little complicated, so
Okay.
it's Yana dot JXSMINE. So it's Yana.Jasmine, but replace the A with an X. I need to change my username
No,
because
it's unique.
it's
It's unique. I
is
love
it. But okay, yeah. So if you understood what I said, you can
it.
connect with me there. I'm gonna have ambassadorship opportunities. You can also check out my Black owned business page where I highlight Black owned businesses. It's called https dot black owned.
Nice.
Also a very long username, but yes, I'm working on that currently. I'm excited for what's to come, and that's about it.
Yes, definitely check her out, support her. See how many things she's been hooking you up throughout this whole episode? Y'all better go support her, follow her. They're all her Instagram amazing. Her Black owned page is amazing.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, definitely check her out. But thank you so much, Aiyana, for
Thank
joining
you.
me. All right, y'all. So it's time for the culture shout out. And today's culture shout out goes to https Black Owned, which was founded by the amazing Aiyana, who you heard drop some amazing gems today. So, in a time where so many people are against us as Black people, it is important to support those in our community, the Black community. And https Black Owned was made to urge people to shop, buy, and support Black. This page is a hub for all things Black owned, from restaurants to bookstores to galleries to social clubs and so much more. They highlight businesses in the New York City and Albany areas but are looking to expand. They post twice a week and each month is a different theme. For July, they are highlighting educational and social groups. And y'all, I have found so many amazing Black owned businesses in my area because I live in New York from her platform. And y'all know I am all about supporting Black and brown businesses. That's where culture shoutouts come from. So, if you have been looking for some amazing Black owned businesses to support, but you don't know where to start, definitely check out their blog, www.httpsblackowned.com, and you can check out their Instagram and Twitter at https.blackowned. And if you want a shout out, feel free to hit me up on Instagram at College for the Culture, and you could be featured next time. Thank y'all so much for tuning into this episode. Before I sign off, I just wanted to remind y'all about our Hot Scholar Summer giveaway with at Uncover Insight, the Insight Agency. We're giving away a free Apple Watch. So if you've been meaning to get that for a long time, but you didn't want to spend the money, this is your opportunity. So head on over to the Instagram at College for the Culture or at Uncover Insight. Follow the rules, and you could be a lucky winner and get the Apple Watch. And we're going to announce the winner like the beginning of August, which is coming up very, very soon. So be sure you head on over there ASAP. And also, just wanted to remind y'all about what Aiyana was talking about in the podcast, the Campus Collaborative Program. And she's a part of it. She was telling me how you're able to get paid sponsorships and other free stuff if you join the collaborative community and sign up. And if you just signing up alone, you get like a $50 gift card, which I don't know about y'all, but that sounds great to me. So you just have to be a college student. Basically, that's the requirement. So if you're interested in that, then I'll put the link in the podcast description, but it's called campuscollaborative.com. And yeah, feel free to join. But yes, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the podcast. If you liked what you heard, subscribe to the podcast and give us a 5-star rating and review. We'd really appreciate it if you do. For more content or suggestions on what to talk about next, follow us on IG at College for the Culture. If you want to consult with me about anything college related, email me at collegefortheculture@gmail.com. Take care of yourselves, y'all. God bless y'all. And don't forget that we see y'all and we got y'all. Bye.